Hey, everybody. Happy New Year to everybody that's on the call tonight. Glad to see we got a lot of people rolling in. So if this is your first time, welcome to the Monday Note. We always get started a little bit minutes right after the hour just to give everybody, hey, those that are getting home from work and, it's 7 o'clock. What's the number I got to call in on and that stuff. So really excited to have you guys on. Really excited about this webinar. Spent a large chunk of the time literally here. Just finished tweaking it up, add some stuff to it, but I think you guys will get a ton out of it. So, Jay, happy 2016 to you. I owe you some paperwork to get out to you, which I'm excited about to have you here in a couple months. So, anyway, hey, great to have you guys. We literally had a ton of people register. You're definitely going to want to take a quick second, grab a piece of paper. Dan, big happy to you as well, buddy. Grab a piece of paper, something to write with. You're going to want to take some notes on this. It's been busy. I mean, even though it's like the 4th, it's been a busy couple of days. This weekend was kind of busy, kind of working on some things. Hey, Bill, happy New Year to you as well. The webcam's got to do some funky things. They're going bright to unbright. So, but really excited because there's a lot of stuff going on. But this is your guys' first time on the call. We do these Monday Note webinars pretty regularly, almost every Monday. I know that we had quite a few people register off of the different meetup groups across the country. We post those there for new people coming in, but once you've registered for them once, you'll usually be on the main email list that goes out for everybody that's registered for these. But usually lasts about an hour, hour and a half. We have about 25, 26 slides, so we'll knock through this in about an hour, hour and a half at the most. Always try to keep them straight to the point, on target. Full of content. Occasionally, if you're brand new, we'll sometimes have guest speakers on. Most of the time, it's based on stuff that's in the note industry or raising capital or something very specific to what we do. I don't usually sell off my list to anybody that's just going to, what's the word here, cannibalize it and offer crap up. So also, we try to keep it straight here. This is a no.
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
A no bullshit zone. Yes. Stephanie got me a couple noisemakers here.
Warning, bullshit alert.
Yeah, that one. And then, of course, for some of you guys.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Anyway, so you'll hear those throughout the call. This is being recorded, so if you've got to head out after an hour, you can catch the replay on Vimeo.com and follow back up with us. Usually getting these uploaded to YouTube as well. We've got some cool things we're doing video-wise as well. So if you're not connected with me already, I'm going to close that down, okay? Highly recommend you do it. Connect with me on LinkedIn, Facebook.com, go to Scott Carson, or one Scott Carson. Instagram as well for some of the crazy photos we're doing. Google+, Vimeo.com/WeCloseNotes.com is where a ton of my videos, a couple hundred videos on there as well. And then we're also on Pinterest for you. But literally, social media is, you're going to have some sort of, keep up with us there because we post a lot of interesting things. We got some huge announcements that we're announcing later this week. Really, actually, the next 30 days, it's a pretty full schedule for some stuff. So, we just, though, a couple weeks ago, it's hard to believe it, almost a month ago. God, a month flies by. Since we had our last call, we had a call on the 30th of November, I believe. And then we had the Note Mastermind down in Cape Coral, Florida. And then, of course, I went to Key West for a couple of days, and then it was Christmas. But our Cape Coral Mastermind, amazing event. Really just a great group. We brought in a couple real estate attorneys from Florida there. It was a great hotel. Just everybody's working together. We had a lot of people that were kind of new to their first mastermind, like, oh, my God, kind of blown away. Big congrats to people that are getting their first deals accepted, like Kevin Cruz and Dan Zatofsky, Michael Norris, David Arcizo, just a few of the people that are brand new that are getting their deals accepted for the first time, and counting back and forth. Linda Barnaby as well. Looking forward to see you here this week in town. But Jonathan Burden has got a couple deals closed. Chad Raggio got a deal accepted. It's really nice to see Bill Coppage actually got a deal accepted. It's great to see people network together to make things happen. And that's the whole idea of the Cape Coral Mastermind we have. Our next mastermind is actually being here in Austin in April 15th, 16th, and 17th. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're kind of tweaking it up for the new year, but We spent a ton of time on there. I was really surprised and excited about all the amount of social media that came out of people posting on Twitter and Facebook. So if you look for the hashtag WeCloseNotes or hashtag Note Mastermind, you'll see some stuff that's online. So, but really, if you're interested in finding more information about our mastermind, feel free to drop me an email, shoot me a text, and we'll have a conversation, see if you qualify for it. So, upcoming events, though, we have a variety of events that you want to mark your calendar. We want to give you a reminder for. All right, some extremely important events here for you. January 8th to the 10th, we have our fast track training this week. Actually, excited about that. We've got 8 new mastermind students coming in and spend a couple days with us and spend some one-on-one training with us here in Austin. Next weekend, though, the 15th and 16th, is the Dallas REI Expo. That's a Friday, Saturday. It's in Dallas. We'll cover more about that information later on. Be speaking in Lubbock. If Jeff Smith's on a call, looking forward to that. We need to talk tomorrow, buddy. I'll be up in Lubbock, up in Texas Tech Red Raider area, speaking January the 26th. I believe we're doing it around lunchtime. It may also, but we may have moved it also to an evening thing. But excited for that, to be up there for the first time and speaking in Lubbock. February 6th in Houston, Texas, is a one-day. It's a Saturday event. It's a Lifestyles Expo. We'll cover more a little bit about that later on. Our next virtual note buying for dummies workshop is February 12th, 13th, and 14th. Yes, that's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It is Valentine's weekend, so you'll be done on Sunday in time enough to go out with your spouse. We're going to help you fall all in love with notes that weekend. Gotta love that. Steph came up with that marketing idea earlier today. Hey, well, you're the one that posted up, hey, that's Valentine's weekend. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll have to use it for that. So, really excited about, if you haven't seen this, February 19th, 20th, and 21st is actually a 2.5-day event. Half day Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the Build Your Legacy Summit, and we'll cover more of that in a few minutes with everything's going. And then actually after that, we have another fast track event here in Austin, Friday, Saturday, Sunday as well. So you can see a lot of our weekends are busy over the next 2 months. A lot of good stuff going on, a lot of great events. But for those of you that are looking to network, there's really 2 REI expos that are taking place, or 2 real estate expos in Texas here in the next roughly 30 days, 31 days. The Dallas REI Expo, if you're up in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex or like that area, have this weekend available. The REI Expo is taking place. And the REI Expo bounces around the country. Dallas is where they first started when Tim Harridge, who originally started the REI Expo, started. That's taken over by the National REIA Group, NREA. But they're going to be in Dallas, Baltimore, Northern California, Southern California, and Atlanta as well before the year is out. We spoke to them a long time, and then we kind of took a hiatus for about a year, 2 years, but we're back speaking on the REI Expos. It is, like I said, Friday, Saturday, all-day events, 15th and 16th, be in Dallas. It's going to be at the Sheraton Dallas Hotel. They expect to have 800-plus attendees, and they've done that before. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't do that again. We're doing some marketing for them as well. Normally, right now, it's a $175 ticket price. Okay? When's the Baltimore event? Steph, when's the Baltimore REI Expo?
It's in June.
It's in June. Yeah, the 10th, 11th is when it is in Baltimore, Jay. We've been working on our calendar today. All right. Normally it's a $175 ticket price, but you guys be quiet. I got a very special ticket price for you guys that are interested in going. All right. You're going to love this. If you go to reiexpo.com and use the special code Dallas75, I'll get you a special price of $75 per person. Dallas75, go to reiexpo.com. Okay? Very special price. I think it's exclusive for what we're doing. And I want to make sure you guys, if you're interested, because people are going to be asking me, hey, that yes, I'm having a booth there. Yes, I'm speaking in. So feel free if you want to fly into Dallas for Friday, Saturday. Great. Cowboys will not be playing in the playoffs, so you're going to have your weekend open. If the Cowboys were playing, I'd say they wouldn't have 800, but since they're not, and a lot of people are going to be literally coming out for the weekend, especially Friday and Saturday versus Sunday. Yeah, no problem. Make sure you use the code Dallas75. That's per person. It's not a 2-for-1. It's $75. Dallas75. Okay? Stop by the booth and visit with us there. Come out and watch us speak. What's that or what's that link? That's reiexpo.com. Jeff, make sure we talk tomorrow, buddy. Let's exchange message. Yeah, it's $75 each versus $175 per person. You get it over at half price. It's 2 days of good content. They're bringing real estate investors of different topics, different experts coming in. It's usually a pretty good event full of information. Heck, anything, you can network with quite a few people there in the Dallas market if you're close or in Texas. All right. Good event anyway. Check into it. Once again, go to reiexpo.com and use the special code Dallas75 to get your $75 pricing. That's that's 60% off roughly, I guess. It's over half off, about maybe 45 cents on the dollar. Special just for you guys. All right. If you can't make it to that, a month later, the weekend of the Super Bowl on Saturday, just Saturday alone, the Lifestyles Unlimited as a expo. It's the Wealth and Passive Income Expo. It was a big event in Houston last year. It's Saturday, February 6th from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Registration opens at 7 and it'll wrap up at 7 p.m. Kind of really cool. Last year they had about 2,500 people. I spoke to Natalie, who's in charge over there today, because we are speaking there. It is at the George R. Brown Convention Center in Houston. Great little area. There are plenty of little restaurants, plenty of hotels too. They expected 3,500 attendees for this in a month, and they've already had 800 plus sign up for the event. They'll probably hit that just because, they had over 2,500 last year there. Great event. We are speaking there. We've got about an hour speaking spot. We'll also have a booth, actually double booth, for people to come hang out and learn some more. Encourage you, if you're coming in, that may be worth coming in for the day. Jack Canfield, I found out today, author of Chicken Soup for the Soul, will actually be one of the main speakers, and we're having a book signing event there. So you get 2-for-1 tickets at $49.95 for this one-day event if you're interested. You can go to bit.ly/notes lifestyle. That's a specific link to track those for us on that if you're interested in getting tickets for that. Well worth going to. We had a great time there last year and look forward to speaking there and visiting with our friends in Houston. But if that's not for you, if you're like, I want to be something more specific, something that's going to be more beneficial to really my foundation where I'm at today or this year versus last year, if you're kind of a seasoned investor, you don't want to go to a local kind of expo, then you need to look at coming to the Build Your Legacy Summit. This is kind of our baby here, along with a couple other people. Really excited about this. This literally came about from our Houston workshop literally 6-8 months ago, and we're excited to be having this, announcing it. Amazing event. Tickets are on sale right now, an early bird special. This is a 2.5-day event. It's a half-day Friday, all-day Saturday, all-day Sunday. Bringing some of the best experts to Houston, Texas. We're going to actually be at the Westin Memorial City Hotel. I actually drove out to the hotel this weekend. Was extremely excited about the setup. We're expecting about 400 investors, IRA people, new people coming into the game to literally learn about really how to protect your assets. Bringing the best of asset protection, bringing in the Laughlin Associates. We're bringing in the guys from Quest IRA, are big sponsors of the event. Really helping you guys. It's more of a workshop, not really. It's kind of a mixture of not only just a information thing, but also a workshop. Helping you get your IRA set, helping you get your rollover done. Doing a huge marketing campaign out. Literally, probably the biggest marketing campaign I have ever done for this 2.5-day event in Houston. Normal pricing is $5.99 per person. We're bringing in some heavy hitters to help you out with getting your trusts in place, to help you with your entity setup, helping you make sure you got your freaking wills and things like that. Also, bringing in one of my buddies from California to talk about really one of the best at raising private capital. All right. But we're doing a 50% off early bird pricing at $299. There's also, we've got a room block for those of you that are going to be driving into Houston, because literally I know a lot of you guys are going to be flying in for this. Room block expires January 27th, but literally the price is it's good. You can literally go to the website buildyourlegacysummit.com and register for your tickets and your room block. But you want to make sure and sign up for a room block and take advantage of that early bird pricing, because that early bird pricing will go away at any time. Once we hit a specific number, I'm not going to tell you what we have. We're going to pull that early bird pricing off. So it's a specific number of signups. So you want to be in that first group of signups to really make things happen, everybody. So go to buildyourlegacysummit.com. Click on the register now. If it doesn't auto-populate, just clear out your cache, clear out your cookies, and it'll auto-populate for you at the right price of the $2.99. So really excited about that. Actually, Greg Reed, my buddy's flying in to be one of the keynote speakers for the day. We'll be doing a light cocktail party Friday night and then a heavier cocktail party Saturday at the event, trying to get everybody networking together to make things happen. We're expecting it to be a huge I will tell you, out of the 3 events, this event will probably have more private money in the room than any other 2 expos. Honestly. More private money at this event than you'll probably ever see anywhere else. All right? And I would almost guarantee you that. I guarantee there's be a ton of private money at this event. So if you're looking to raise capital, looking to network out, find people who literally are wanting to put their money to work to secure it, make it last longer, protect it. You want to be at the Build Your Legacy Summit, everybody. So definitely go to buildyourlegacysummit.com and get signed up today for it. Any questions about any of those before we dive into the content of tonight's call? Now, there's quite a few events to keep track of, everybody, but hey, trust me, it's well worth it. January is always the busiest month, besides December, just because there's a lot of people looking to get action. They're tired of the JOB, tired of working for the man. They're worried about their credit card bills that are coming in from Christmas. All right, so we will move on here since there's no questions right now. If you do have a question and you're new to the call trying to figure it out, if you look over to the right-hand side of your screen when your GoToWebinar popped up, there should be a little box for you to be able to type questions in there. So feel free to type questions. Drop me an email as well if you have a question about any of the events or need those links back up. All right. So let's get into the Monday note. And today's topic, I was literally thinking over this last weekend, what's the biggest thing that people need? And it's not, I look back at all the videos that we've put out this last year, and the highest ranking videos had to do with either raising private capital or they had to do business systems, which I kind of knew the whole private capital thing was always going to do well. But systems go a big part of that. So today's call, the topic of, hey, 16 steps to be successful in 2016, or 16 steps to success 2016, is basically a list of items that I see people that they kind of like the fludge over, or they avoid it. And it ends up costing them tremendously in the long run, okay? Tremendously in the long run. I mean, heck, that's actually half the idea for the Build Your Legacy Summit was things I saw people continuously pass over, and then we just said, like, we can't let people pass over this. We got to get it together. But anyway, back to that. The 16 steps to success in this new year, and to be a new you if you want to, are all very critical. So hopefully you've all got a pen and paper there, something to write down, something to take notes with. Yes, this is recorded, but I guarantee if you're watching this now, you're probably not going to go back to rewatch the replay. You're probably just not going to do that. So it's better if you get this nugget when we talk about it, and that way you can ask questions as we dive through it. So, did you find some money? Find $1 over there? You find some credit cards information? That's nice.
No, they're old.
I know. We can reuse them. So, the first thing, these are in no particular order, and it's something that Stephanie's actually doing here right now in the office, is get organized. She is a little anal. We'll get to that later. But organized can mean a multitude of things. It can mean basically get rid of the clutter. All right? If you've got clutter sitting around, you're holding on to things, just get rid of it. Okay? And we all have clutter in our lives in a variety of ways, whether it's we're storing shit in our garages, okay, that we should get rid of, or we've got crap coming in that we held on to, whether it's like an email subscription that we don't look at very often, okay. Memberships to something. I know a lot of people are like, oh, they're all going to the gym now, but for 12 months or 11 and a half months out of the year, they're paying for a membership they're never going to use. Or they subscribe to something. Like, I mean, we're guilty of this. I mean, we had a service called Mobit. This is a text message marketing system. We were paying for a year, or I should say donating to them for a year. Never did anything with it. It is what it is. Everybody struggles with staying organized and trying to stay clear of everyone, okay? We also struggle with mail and then emails. I mean, literally, we get a stack of mail in here, and I'm like, I'm not wasting my time with it. Here you go, Steph. And that's one of Steph's jobs. She takes care of going through the email or the mail. Emails. What do we spend time on? Do we get bogged down, or do you need to try to organize your emails a little bit better so you're not wasting time? Maybe you should only start looking at your email for an hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon, and an hour in the evening. Social media. Oh my gosh, I'll cover more of that a little bit later on. But we all have different things. Your files can bog you down. I mean, that's one of our biggest things too, to get organized with files. And of course, we all have to worry about taxes here on April 15th. That's coming up before too long, and other things that go along with it. I've got an appointment with my bookkeeper coming Wednesday to go through that, so we're a little more prepared for that. Yes, you can file the extension if you want to October 15th, but then you're still trying to figure out, okay, what the hell are we doing now? Right? Charles, that's a good point. Use unroll.me to massive subscribe from email list. That's a great tool, Charles. Unroll.me to massive subscribe from email list. Thanks, buddy. All right. Are we going to see you up in Dallas at the Expo there, Charles? Hope so. Awesome. Be good to see you there. Another thing about getting organized, get rid of your to-do lists. How many of you have to-do lists that you never get to and you're holding on to them? Get rid of them and focus on the big rocks list, big 3 items. All right. Now, I don't think if you can really see behind me my wall here, but my dry erase board has a ton of stuff on it, and I use this kind of a brain dump. I brainstorm on this stuff, and then I pick the big 3 things out that I need to focus on, and that's what I focus on. And I'm constantly erasing this or taking a photo of it and get rid of it. But I literally get rid of to-do lists. I hate to-do lists. I want big rock lists. Okay? And another thing, if you haven't used it in 6 months, you're probably not going to use it, so get rid of it. You could use that with your closets. For me, I'm working on getting back into wearing some of those shirts and things like that, which is one of the biggest goals we're having for the year here for me. But I'll get more of that later on. But if you're in your office and you're not using something, like I'll give you an example. I have an HP 10B2 calculator here that I've had since college. I'm not going to throw it away, but I'm going to get it off my desk and put it in a drawer where it's sitting there because it's actually will probably be an antique the way it is. It's a 10B, not a 10B2. Other things, I mean, coffee cups. There's other things, Christmas cards. I mean, that was great. It was nice to have them, but literally you're just going to toss them. All right? There's just things, if you're not going to use them, get rid of them because all they're going to do is add clutter to your office. Okay? All right, moving on here. But literally, that's one thing Steph's going through and getting, because we have a lot of different files come in. We've had different entities. And yes, we've had a sorting system, but it's always good back go, hey, here's a stack of stuff that didn't get filed last year. Let's finish getting it filed. All right. Another thing, own your time, own your schedule. This is huge. A lot of people struggle with this in their daily life. All right. You really have 30 days each month, but what happens is we get bogged down with time vampires, right? You also drift. We all get side focused, or I'll get to it later. I mean, we all tell ourselves a lot of us tell us a lot of bullshit. All right, to ourselves, or we kind of run into people too that take up our time. So one of the biggest things you can do this next year is schedule your meetings to 15 to 30 minutes, not 60, because you don't want to spend extra 30 minutes listening to somebody just go. I love these machines. All right. Keep your minutes to 15 to 30 minutes because then it gives you 30 minutes back in your schedule to do things. Okay. When I started implementing this in my business, it made for a huge amount more of time to use for things. You can also use an application that my buddy Chase, maybe you guys know Chase Thompson, recommends. It's an amazing scheduling application, sunrise.am app. Download it, use it in your schedule. It will help organize yourself in a much more efficient way. Okay? Kind of the blah, blah, blah. Avoid the long meetings, long lunches. All right? I don't usually take lunch appointments or go to lunch unless it's really somebody that I value. Usually I try to work through lunch. I mean, yeah, I got lunch here, or if I have somebody that's going to be very close, maybe like the Luby's or the Mexican restaurant, or literally the Thundercloud subs across the street for the most part. Going over there, getting and coming back. Because it's literally, your day is valuable. To take an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours out of your time frame, and if you're not where you want to be, you're literally burning money for the most part. Okay, you don't have to spend this time on. You can literally, don't have to be face to face. You can use Skype, Hangouts, FaceTime, all sorts of these apps that are free for you to use to communicate, to talk with people, to schedule things. I mean, we have a conference call every Monday and Thursday with our alpha group, and it's a half hour to an hour just going through things. Hey, what's going on? Who needs to get this? What do we need to get this? What do I need to get signed? That kind of stuff. Save the commute for those others that want to sit in traffic, especially here in Austin, where we're like the worst mid-sized city when it comes to traffic. I do not want to get caught in traffic after 3 p.m. I also don't want to be in traffic before 9 a.m. most of the time. Okay? That's why you wouldn't go to lunch with me, LOL. No, Bobby, I would go to lunch with you. You'd be the one person I would take a lunch. It just depends on when it was, because it was a while. But, hey, good to see you, Bobby. Happy New Year to you and Charles. All right? You and I get along great, Bobby. That's not a problem. What I'm talking is about if you're dealing with somebody, I'll give you an example. I had a buddy of mine that I partnered with, a mortgage company. He could take a 5-minute conversation and turn it into almost an hour, and it would just drive me bonkers because I'm on the other side. And in the 50 minutes that he wasted, I would get through 2 files, 3 files, and be that farther ahead. Okay? So save the commute for other people. Focus on your business. Listen, okay? Now, if you've got some other things you're going to do, hey, you're working out, you're going to go lunch and work out or do something like that, you can do that. That's a priority for you. It makes sense to do. But others will waste time. No one will respect your time until you start respecting it yourself. I can't tell you this enough. Nobody will respect your time until you start respecting yourself. Like, I'll give you an example. I hate going to meetings and somebody's consistently 5 minutes, 10 minutes late. I'm like, if you're set the meeting and you know you had to be here at 1 o'clock, why are you getting here at 1:15, 1:30? I mean, yes, I can do some stuff on smartphones. I'd rather be in my office and make things happen. Just keep that in mind. If you are having trouble with people not respecting your time, it's probably because, A, you are probably a... Yeah, exactly. You're the person they're trying to avoid, and maybe you need to narrow it down before more focused on it. And listen, there's nothing wrong with, hey, shooting the breeze and having a good time. Hey, what about the weekend? You see the games this weekend or see the Super Bowl's coming up. Who's going to win it? That's normal. But literally try to keep your meetings, seriously, 15, 30 minutes, not 60 minutes, and move on. All right? Oh, my gosh. This is one thing that a lot of people struggle with. I'm amazed. I see stuff from people all the time. And I'm just like, I talk to people. Well, what are you focused on now? It's the squirrel syndrome. Shiny object syndrome. Kill the freaking squirrels, everybody. A jack of all trades is a master of nothing. So if you want to be a master of your schedule, a master of your domain, master of the deals, quit focusing on 12 different things. All right? Focus. Focus, focus, focus. All right? It builds results for you. If you're off chasing something, you're chasing 3, 4 different types of things, you're not focused on one thing, it's going to take you 4 times as long to actually have any type of success. Think about this. Chase likes to say, or I don't know if you got it from Grant Cardone, who you got it from, but literally to be an expert, you've got to do something 10,000 times. Well, if you're split it 4 ways and you've got to do something 2,500 times, it will take you doing something 40,000 times of doing stuff till you actually become an expert on something. So focus on one thing. And I see people all the time, well, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, 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 I'm going to do this. I'm going to be a renter, or I'm going to be a landlord. Wait, I'm going to be the next Tony Robbins, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to run this. And I'm just like, ugh. Focus. Come on back. Focus. Come on, buddy. Focus. It's important. All right? I literally just want to kind of sometimes do this. All right? Whether it's notes, rentals, 60 floats, private lending, whatever it is, focus on. You're not going to go wrong by focusing on something. All right? I don't care. If you're, hey, Scott, notes aren't for me, I'm going to focus on rentals. This is also why I tell people, A, you're going to be in the note game, focus on one thing, first or seconds. All right? Performing or non-performing. Owner finance notes or institutional notes. There's a lot of difference in between just the notes aspect of it. Okay? Just pick one and stick to it. And I'll cover later on here a little bit about what I mean by sticking to it. Okay? But avoid the shiny objects. Oh, I got to go to the next. I'm going to go and learn about land contrasts from Bill Gatton. Oh, I'm going to go learn about trust from Jack Shea. I have nothing against Jack Shea, Bill Gatton, or any speaker out there. They're experts at it because they do that on a lot of basis. What I'm trying to get at is I know people that go spend all this time and they don't have any success in what they're doing. They want to blame it on the people they took classes from. And it's really it's their own fault. They need to be accountable, but most people aren't. So avoid the shiny objects if you really want to be successful, everybody. Okay? Avoid the need to attend everything and just be focused. I mean, there's times I turn things down. Like, oh, you go to Hawaii. Yeah, no, I'm turning that down. Oh, would you come out to Southern California and speak? Yeah, no, I'll pass that. Start focusing your focus, and you'll start seeing a lot more success. And you'll also be a lot less stressed out because you're not running all over the place trying to do a million things. Okay? Plan your networking. All right? Plan your networking. All right? Maybe, whoops, hang on a second. I don't want that one by so back. Look. January, if you're going to be networking, January is always the busiest time of year when it comes to going to real estate clubs. They're always the biggest and the most filled. Okay? If you're going to attend 2 networking groups, go to 1 or 2 of them. Don't go to 12. All right? Go to 1 or 2. All right? And maybe you rotate 1 or 2, okay, to figure out which of the 2 you need to go to here in January. But literally 1 to 2 minutes a month, but have a plan, okay? Have a plan to go actually meet people or network with people. Find out who are the people in those that are actually looking to do deals. Don't sit there and be a bump on along. Go and network. Get there early and stay a little late. To help you leverage your dollar, especially if you're putting time and energy away from your family, or you got $20 or $300 a year or something like that. Leverage your dollars. And a lot of times, too, hey, a lot of these events are looking for volunteers, and that can put you in the focus of where people are going to be. You'll meet more people. If you got to travel out of town, oftentimes there's a room share website or some sort. Hey, I'm looking for a room. Anybody want to split a room? Not the same bed, but double beds, whatever. But plan your networking. If you're going to go to an REI Expo or a Build Your Legacy Summit, something like that, have a plan of action. Don't just go and just kind of be a bump along and sitting around and not talking to anybody. That's the biggest waste of your time that you can have. Okay? This is another one that a lot of Americans struggle with. I call it putting down the remote. Okay? Average Americans watch 5 hours of live TV per day. That's based on like 2014 numbers. I came across the site. I'm willing to bet that is actually more per day based on Netflix and all those other things that are out there. Don't tell me that you don't have time to get things done. All right? I think it was average of 33, 35 hours per week. People are watching TV of some sort. It's ridiculous. If you were to take 40% of it, or take 2 hours of that and spend it on your business, and don't tell me you can't do that, because there is the digital recorders, DVR, heck, there's all the reruns you can download online now. Instead of you going home at 6 o'clock and then having dinner and then sitting in front of the TV 8 to 10 o'clock, what if you worked on your business from 8 to 10 o'clock? That'd be 40% more productive time for you to get things done. Think about it. Yeah, TV is an automatic income reducer. Now, don't get me wrong. There's things you can do while you're watching TV. Do. I wouldn't necessarily make phone calls, but you can focus on LinkedIn contacts, LinkedIn emails, sending emails out to people, posting stuff in social media groups, or creating ads. Things that you could do in that 2 hour day to make things happen. Now, I was having a conversation with a lady who's trying to do 1 of 3 things, and she still works at a full-time job. So she's about 3 to 5 hours a week to post and do her thing. All right? So it's about an average of an hour a day. I'm like, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to do this, this, or this? Well, I just want to do this. That's my passion. But when I get online and I see it, I'm like, well, she's trying to do this, this, and this, and that's why she's not having any success, because she's not focused on that one specific thing that's making her the most amount of money that it would. Her emails tell a different picture, because when I asked her in December, hey, what are you focused on for 2016? She goes, well, that's a good question. I'm like, oh, God. All right. You could literally, if you're spending, that's a good point, Jay. If you've got a cable bill $200 a month, maybe you need to cancel the cable bill and spend that on ads, targeting investors, things like that. Okay? You always have from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. to get things done. I don't care who you are. Yes, if you come home, you've got some time to do it. Get up a little bit earlier or go to bed a little later. Trust me, there's plenty of things you can do between 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. to make things happen. Are you okay? Okay. I'll see you later. Yeah, you have to get rid of some stuff. All right. Now, I'm a big fan of ESPN, and I'm a huge fan of also House of Cards. The beautiful thing is I can watch most of my ESPN on my phone while I'm sitting on the toilet. It's kind of gross, but it's the truth. You're like the worst one at that, too. Anyway, not that I know what stuff's doing on the toilet. Sorry, probably the cats in the toilet. All right, what I'm trying to get at is you've got plenty of time to watch this other stuff at another time. And you gotta say, if House of Cards came out, I'm gonna freaking probably sit down and watch all the 12 episodes in a weekend. It's a weekend, but I'm not doing it at night when I could be doing something else. All right, like tonight. This is part of the reason we do the marketing at night. Is I'll be here till 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock before I head out of here tonight. I've put in an extra 4 hours on Monday night to make things happen when most people will go home, watch Monday Night Football, hang with friends, go bowling, whatever it is. Okay? So put down the remote, and maybe you need to post your goals next to your TV. Right? That's the next thing. Post your goals. Post your 3 major goals. And I want to say 20 different goals, because 20 different goals, you're probably not going to hit 20 of them. It's too much. But post your 3 major goals. Maybe you've got photos. Maybe you need to put a dream board up or something like that of those 3 major goals. Okay? My goals 1, 2, and 3. Write them up where you can see them. All right? Huh? Write them up. Up. That's light them up. But anyway.
I know.
That's good.
I like writing.
But literally, one could be your financial goal. Hey, I want to make this much money in 12 months. I got to give Liz Brunner a big shout out. She posted a blog I read yesterday or this morning on her goal. She liked the 100K and 100-day blog that we posted out a couple weeks ago, something I did back in 2009. And so she's actually taken on herself to, hey, I'm going to make 120K this year. I'm going to leave my teaching job and focus on notes full time. That's awesome. A business goal could be, hey, I'm going to close deals, or I'm going to hire a couple staff so that they can handle things. That's a business goal for us the first quarter of this year, is hire a couple more full-time employees here to make things happen. What are you rolling your eyes at me for?
I'm not looking at you.
Okay, I thought you were. I'm doing my thing. All right. The third goal could be also health for you. Like I've got a health goal. Hey, I'm looking to lose weight. I'm looking to get back healthy again. And so when you post your goals, you want to make sure that they're in a place where you're going to see them, like your fridge, your TV, your mirror. I had a buddy that wanted to have six-pack abs, so he put a picture of Ryan Reynolds on his fridge. I'm like, what's up with that? I mean, most of the ladies would like that, but I'm like, dude, that's a little scary. All right? But post them somewhere you're going to see them. I like actually posting goals on TVs and mirrors. Because you get up in the morning, you see the goals. Maybe they're posted next to your bed at night. Speaking of Jack Canfield, we talked about a minute ago, when Jack was first getting started, he wrote a check for 7 figures. He wanted his first check to be $1 million. So he posted it where he could see it every morning when he woke up in his room. And sure enough, when he wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul, the first check he got was a 7-figure check, which is phenomenal, right? One of the things we have done with our mastermind group is we got large $100K, $100,000 bills and printed out on boards where they could literally post that somewhere in their office. If they had not made 6 figures yet, hey, it was a goal for them to have. If anything, if you post it on your TV, when you're watching TV, you'll start feeling a little guilty. Bye, Steph. Thank you. Another thing, share your goals on social media. I was kind of amazed. Everybody posts, oh, hey, January 1st, what are your thing? I posted one thing on social media. Instead of telling us what your goal is, why don't you show us how you're going to get to them? And I was surprised that very few people responded. A lot of people liked it, but they didn't share what their goal was or their plan of action to get where they need to be. And so maybe you need to share those with your closest 10 people. Maybe you need to share your goals on social to literally put somebody in your corner. And that leads us kind of the next kind of thing you need to do for 2016. You need to find an accountability partner, everybody. Why? Because if you don't have an accountability partner, somebody who's going to hold you accountable, who's going to hold your feet to the fire, you're going to flake. You're going to tell yourself some...
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's
Exactly. You're going to flake on yourself versus flaking on somebody that's going to hold you accountable. All right? Somebody may be going through the same thing here. Maybe you found somebody, wants to make $100,000 this year. So what are you doing? Maybe they're in a different market. Maybe they're in the same market. Okay? Maybe somebody you met at an REI Expo. Maybe somebody you met at the Note Mastermind, something like that. Okay? Maybe your accountability is a financial accountability. I'll give you an example. I wrote, one of my biggest things was health-wise. So what I did about 3 weeks, I don't know, maybe it was 4 weeks ago. I don't remember how long it was. I knew that I wanted to run a 10K. So I looked, okay, well, let me find the capital 10K. And I went ahead and paid for it. It wasn't that much, but now I've got it on my schedule. I'm like, if I pay for something, I'm going to use it most of the time. Or it's going to be on my, so I literally have that date circled on the calendar. We were going through the scheduling today and stuff. Well, we could do this here. I'm like, no. I'm not doing anything that weekend because I got the 10K that weekend. All right. I want to be able to run that Sunday and make things happen. And you have to do that. Another thing could be financial. I'll give you an example. We're looking to expand our affiliates market. And so I literally just joined a big meetup, a big mastermind myself where I literally wrote a $20,000 check to be a part of it. Okay? But the idea is that there's people in this. When I went and visited with them, it was a great event, 3-day event. I got to meet with them 4 times a year. Really found a way to help me explain my plan. And literally, I talked to the guy that runs that group, and he's like, literally, you need to meet with this guy, and this guy, or meet with this person. So it's helping me work through my plan to make my goals more achievable, to give me step-by-step stuff to make things happen. Okay? It's also giving me an opportunity to see measurable results because I can say, okay, what are you doing different? How are you getting the results that I want? All right? Specific time frames. We'll cover more of that later on. All right? Focus is small daily steps. It's somebody I can reach out to. Now, what's great about this group is it's the Collective Genius group that Jason Medley runs. It's 110 of really the top real estate investors from all across the country. It's primarily, honestly, to the truth, it's not a note group. It's primarily a fix and flip group. About half of them have some sort of internet marketing. But there's literally only about 4 or 5 of us that are note oriented. Eddie Speed's a part of the group. He wasn't this last one, though. But anyway, he's still part of the group. But we've got an accountability and there's a group of guys that are also interested in getting help this year. So we have a group within accountability group that we're getting text messages, communicating back and forth on, hey, what's going on? Who's working out today? Take a picture of yourself at the gym. What's your breakfast? Literally holding everybody accountable. And it's been a really nice guy. It almost kind of feels yourself guilty. Oh, shit. He's at the gym. I need to go to the gym tonight. Oh, I need to watch what I'm eating a little bit. All right. It's a good group within a group. But literally, it's a business and also health. Because when I mentioned that I was interested as one of my big goals for the year, several of the guys waved their hands and said, hey, let's help you out with that. We'll have you be a part of it. So another group that you can find is like the Mastermind group. A lot of people hold each other accountable there because they're joint venture partners or they're marketing, working together in deals. Trying to find somebody that's like-minded is important. You just got to really talk to people. All right? Now, a lot of people, first of all, is there any questions about any of this stuff we've discussed before we move on? Any questions? All right. Well, the next one is literally the biggest lie many of you have learned about. It's the idea that 21 days of doing something will build a habit. And it's just a myth. It's not 21-day habit. Okay? 21 days of doing something, I'm not saying you can't build a habit in your life, but honestly, if you look back at the story about that, I Googled that and pulled that up this afternoon. I was reading about it. It's literally not 21 days. It's based more on 66 days. Back in the 1950s, a plastic surgeon found that it took about 21 days on average for somebody to be comfortable looking at their face if they got a new nose or a facelift or whatever. And what happened is a lot that got published, and then you had the Zig Ziglars, you had all the motivation people run with it, and so everybody's been kind of, 21 days, a good habit. And what happens is we start doing something for 3 weeks, but we don't have the success of what we want to have, and so we give up. So we literally give up on our goals because we're like, screw that. I did it for 21 days. That didn't work. Well, of course it didn't work because it's a lie. It actually takes 66 days on average to form a new habit. Now think about that. That's that's 3 times as long as we expected. What's that mean? Well, that means you're gonna have small success. All right. In 21 days, you're not even a third of the way through the journey of making something happen. And a lot of people are like, oh, by now I'm gonna close my first deal by January 25th. Well, that's probably not gonna happen if you're brand new. It's going to take you probably closer to 60 days to make things happen. People ask me all the time, well, Scott, I want to make money in the first 30 days. Sorry, it doesn't happen most of the time with that. It's going to take you 2 to 3 months, literally, before you see profit coming in. Not saying you can't buy something, but as far as yielding that money, where that money's in your pocket to do something with, it's going to take you 60 plus days. And I was kind of amazed about that. Because how many of us have started something and quit for 66 days or after 21 days? Look at the gym. If you go to the gym, it can be crowded in the morning, and then a ghost within 2 to 3 weeks. So people don't see the focus, they don't see the results. We live in such a, give it to me now, or I'm not going to do it society that we don't give it 66 days. So you have to think about that as far as building habits. Does that mean making phone calls or giving social media 66 days a chance to really yield results? Yeah. You can't get something 7 days and then pull out. It's not going to work. Okay. Greatness comes in when you start building that 2 to 3 month basis of really giving you enough information to make an educated educated decision. Okay? Most of it goes before 30 days. So I'm telling you this because as you guys are looking at your goals for the year, what you want to accomplish the next 12 months or the next 361 days, is maybe you need to adjust your numbers to start looking at stuff after 60 days. Not 30 days. Start seeing results in 60 days. All right? I mean, if you're making a goal, you want to close 100 deals, if you divide 100 divided by 12, that comes out at 8 on a month. Well, if you don't close after first 8 in the first 30 days, you're going to be upset. Well, honestly, if you take that number and take half of that number and put it in the last quarter of the year, so let's take that number. So 12 deals. If you want to close 12 deals, we'll average 1 a month. Let's just be, okay? You're probably going to close 6 of those deals in the last quarter of the year. That means you have 6 deals to do within the first 6 months, or actually 9 months. That means you may just close in your first deal after 2 months for the most part, if you think about it. It's a realistic expectation, but too many people give up on things. You should not be, if you started now, you should not be judging your results till after March 14th. It's actually a Monday. March 14th. Actually, I should put that down. 66 days. I should put that down as the Monday note call that day. I'll be here. Yeah, beginning of South by Southwest. I'll be here for that. I'm not going out of town for that. We'll wrap up virtually the day before. But literally, judge your results after the March 14th. Don't give up at the end of January. Don't give up at the end of February. Give yourself till that 60-day window, then start looking at things. Okay? And then adjust your numbers from there. I had somebody who came to my Houston workshop, like, I want to close 100 deals this month. I'm like, it's not going to happen, dude. You're working full time. You're not going to be focused. Yes, you're excited. I love the enthusiasm. But now, he's a ghost. He's totally a ghost. All right? Now, a lot of us deal with negativity in our lives of some sort. Negative spouse, negative friends, negative family. People just are negative. And one of the biggest things is you want to eliminate the negativity. If you're negative, eliminate it as best as you can from your life. Because literally there are 5 negative things that negativity can cause. It can cause stress on you. I think we all know about that. It also drains you. Negativity will drain you exponentially faster than positivity will, where positivity will keep you going, keep you moving. A lot of people have asked me, Scott, how do you keep your energy up? How do you keep doing what you're doing? I'm like, I'm just not negative. I try to be positive, okay? Because I'm not, woe is me. Don't get me wrong. There are times I hit walls and I'm like, whoa, I'm dead, okay? I'm just shutting down for a day or two. Negativity also makes you vulnerable to outside influences. You start listening to other people that you can't make things happen. It's like negative, what is it? Misery loves company. So does negativity. People love to bash things. It's like the whole crowd mentality. Well, screw that. All right? And 2 other side effects. Negativity actually harms your respiratory system because you're worried about stuff. You're going to take more shallow breaths. You're not going to really get behind. You're going to start stressing your system out. It also is negative. It harms your heart, increased blood pressure, more stress. That's not a good thing for your heart. Okay? So if anything, you might want to write this down. If you know somebody that's negative, hopefully it's not anybody on this call, but literally, hey, these are the things to think about this. This is why we're already busy enough, everybody, not to have to overcome this stuff. In my office here, I have a 30-second negativity shot clock. All right? Something negative happens, okay, it happens. Move on. All right? If it happened to me and I'm not bitching about it, nobody in my office, nobody in my staff gets to bitch about it. All right? Nobody gets to bitch about it more than 30 seconds. Okay? Literally, if it's beyond 30 seconds and somebody's still bitching about it, I will bitch them out. I'm like, listen, shut the hell up and move on. Sitting here and being negative about something doesn't do any good. All it does is causes bigger stress. It drains us, makes us vulnerable to other things. And obviously, it's bad for your health. Okay? Another thing here as we get into number 16. I should have numbered these, but I was put them kind of together on slides. Like, I'll fill them in as I go. I mean, I moved some of them around at the last minute, so I'm glad I didn't really number them. You have to have a real social media plan this year. All right? A real social media plan. Not just going to go play Farmville, or I'm going to increase my friends by 100 a month. You need to start utilizing some of the groups that are out there. Have a real plan of action. I'm going to network with asset managers. I'm going to raise capital from doing this. I'm going to connect with some investors and grow my buyers list. Okay? You want to use the Facebook groups. You can use LinkedIn groups. All right? Have posts on there. Maybe you're writing a blog. Maybe you're posting video. Quit wasting your time commenting on everything. There are some people on this call, some people out there, they feel like it's great to comment on everything. Some people are just freaking negative commenters. They constantly bash people. Oh, my God. Drives me bonkers when I see stuff like that. I don't know about that. It's not worth that. Mike, you know what I'm talking about, buddy. There's some people in our networks that are negative, and they're all over the place. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. Trolling. Yeah, some people troll, are constantly trolling. They have such a negative, shitty life that they have to try to poke fun at other people's stuff, or they try to tear other people down. I hate that. That's not a social media plan. Okay? Quit wasting your time commenting on everything. Focus on, if you're so busy commenting on everybody else's strengths or weaknesses or what they're out doing, you're not as nearly as successful as you need to be. Turn to social media, unlog from Facebook, log out. Okay? Maybe you look at your social media just on the toilet, did I say toilet time? Sitting there in the morning, doing your morning glory, whatever it is, or you're just in the morning, in the afternoon. Steph's like, well, you're on social media all the time. I'm like, really? No, I'm not really on social media all the time. Usually if I'm on social media, it's because I'm posting stuff. I'm advertising. I'm checking out my targeted ads. I'm looking at a couple groups, seeing what's going on. I'm very, very limited on my social media time. Okay? That's awesome, Diana. I'm glad you're laughing too, having a good time. But some people spend forever on there, and you can tell they spend forever on there. I'm just like, oh, come on. I spend a lot of time using targeted ads, split testing things. All right, we drop a couple. We probably drop about $1,000 a month on Facebook and social media ads. At least that. Sometimes it's more. We're probably going to double that to probably close to $2,000 a month this year. But it pays off. Jesus, it pays off. Okay. I was at the Thrive event in Las Vegas in October, and I got one nugget from Gary Vaynerchuk that was it was awesome. And when he was starting Wine Library TV, what he did, being in New Jersey, what he did is he was able to use Facebook ads to target. He goes, okay, what's around my neck of the woods? He goes, oh, Princeton. So what he did is he targeted people that went to Princeton, who liked Princeton or graduated from Princeton with a degree there, and targeted said, hey, did you go to Princeton? He had an ad. get free shipping on any wine library TV. And so he had all these people that opted in, like, oh, I went to Princeton. I like wine. You know, they had a little bit of coin. So he literally leveraged his business. I was like, oh, that's so freaking awesome. So we target our stuff with specific cities or counties or states. If we're looking for specific age groups, we have a real social media plan. We're looking for people between 35 and 65 most of the time. We don't usually go over 65 because those people usually aren't technically savvy. No biggie. We also look at income, trying to say, hey, somebody that's not, somebody that's under 30, for the most part, doesn't have a lot of liquid income. Or they're still working a regular job and swallowing down that moonshine, or I should say the Kool-Aid. So we try to leverage our targeted ads. I'm like, oh, that still works in today's. Hey, did you go to Texas Tech? Maybe you want to come see me. Hey, did you go to University of Texas? Do you like Quest IRA? There's so many different things you can do in your area. Did you go to Northwestern if you're in Chicago? Did you graduate Northwestern? Come learn about how to get your 401k into overdrive or get your IRA into overdrive, something like that. All right. So you can use Twitter, Facebook. I mean, that's great. Google Plus, LinkedIn. There's different ads you can run. Plus, you can also have that ad where they click on it, it takes them to a video that you're telling a little story about what's going on. Hey, here's a deal that we're working on, or hey, here's something. If you really have a true social media plan, trust me, the hour you spend on Facebook can be really targeted and really make things happen. I mean, this is why you need to have a business page on Facebook versus just a personal page. Questions about that, everybody? And literally, when they're eating spinach and carrots, I have my plan of what I'm doing to focus on stuff this year. Glad you enjoy it, Christina. Glad to hear it. So, Jim, you're killing me. Where to start? We're not done yet. All right. If you have a real social media plan, $10 a day can go a long way. You got to figure out how many hours. What are your goals are going to be? All right. So, like, I'll give you an example here. Jim, I'll tell you what. If I were you, Jim, you're not a woman, so I would probably not spend time on Pinterest because that's 68% female. If I were you, I would spend my ads more on LinkedIn. It's business oriented. Because your biggest clients are going to be realtors, banks, mortgage brokers. We agree to that, Jim, right? Because you're an appraiser. The idea with you is to use probably this stuff to help you pay for your regular JOB because you've done that for years, and then also you leverage that stuff for your investment business. So I would be using, if I were you, Jim, LinkedIn and Facebook groups, Facebook ads. All right, I don't have meetup.com on here, but you should be leveraging like the meetupgroup.com. All right. Twitter, there's a ton of happening. These are old stats from an old slide, but everybody, if you look at this, if you just Google social media sites, this will pop up and you can see what's going on with it. Okay. Glad to hear you're doing that, Jim. Give it 66 days before you decide not to stop. Okay. Another thing you can do, if you're spending so much time on your JOB, hint, wink, wink, Jim. All right. Hire an assistant. Well, that's probably your problem. No effing way, as you say. Hire an assistant to help you. So use Buffer. That's a great thing. But literally, have them do the sub-level work that's below your pay grade. Okay. You're shutting it down. Okay, Jim. Well, Jeff says he had an investor-friendly product guy say his best conversion rate was from Pinterest. It probably is if he's targeting. I mean, it all depends on the. You're being way too generic there, Jeff. Let's talk more offline about what that product was because it can vary. Okay. Anyway, hire an assistant. You can have them do the sub-level work. Okay. They could be virtual or it could be a real assistant. I mean, one of the best things I ever did was hire a real assistant to make things happen. Hire extra assistants. Hire extra staff to make things happen. They were organizing files, picking up dry cleaning, literally dropping off my laundry, running by the bank, making deposits, routine marketing. Hey, post this. Here's the ad. Post this on 20 websites today. All right. I'll do the heavy lifting and then move on to something else that's higher level. Everything else can be sent out afterwards. Okay? They deal with vendors, paying bills. Hey, did you pay that invoice? Great. Did you pay that affiliate? Okay? I don't want to deal with it. That's below my pay grade. Give it to somebody who's worth it. Because you got to realize, if you're offsetting, let's say your hourly rate should be at least $100 an hour. Well, if you're doing somebody who should be getting paid $15 an hour to do it, you're literally costing yourself $85. Because in the hour it took you to do what they did, you did it for $15, but it stopped you from being able to go out and make another $100. And too many people are stepping over dollars to save pennies or save nickels. You need to have somebody that's going to do that work for you, especially if you're working in a job and you don't have time to focus on your note business. You need to hire somebody who can help do that you can talk with 5 hours a week or 10 hours a week to start it for you. Okay? You are bleeding your business dry by not outsourcing, everybody. I only know this. Yes, I know it's hard to actually do, but it's not hard. You have to do it on a regular basis. Otherwise, you're never going to grow your business where you need to be. Honestly, every assistant you hire and train that's actually good can make you $100,000. Firm believer in that. All right? Firm believer in that. $100,000. Think about this. Everybody on this call should be making at least $100. It should be $100 minimum is what your hourly rate should be, what you should be worth. All right? So if you're paying somebody $15 an hour, $10 an hour to do it, and you're making $90,000 or $90 an hour, $100,000. Oh, you guys may not like this. You're like, holy shit! Put us in your place, Scott. $100,000 divided by $90. That's 1111. Let's divide that by 20. 55 weeks of the year. If you had somebody working 25 hours a week for you, it'll make you $100,000 a year. Boom, bob shakalaka. 25 hours a week. Do the math yourselves. Take $100,000, $100,000 divided by $90, because that's really the difference. Paying somebody $10 an hour to do it, whether they're local or virtual. That's $90 that you're losing per hour. And if you do it 25 hours a week like that, you could give it to somebody else. Bam, that's costing you 6 figures. Yeah. Pay for good help. You get what you pay for, though, too. So do it. If money income's the problem is a goal for you, and you're at a peak where you're not getting more done, more deals done, you're having to struggle to find deals or struggle to get funding done, hire an assistant to help out with it. I mean, we're hiring a trader here to help out with things. We're hiring another office manager, may even hire a couple interns as well. I mean, we've got some big things. We got rock and rolling here for 2016. Big things for me. And you guys, well, that's huge things. It could be big things for you, whatever you guys are focused on. Whatever your focus is, you'll get. You got to spend a little bit of money to make things happen, but literally, if you figure that's $250 a week. Most of you guys can afford if that's $1,000 a month. Most of you guys can afford $1,000 a month extra, especially if you got rid of the $200 cable bill. Oh, there you go. Quit taking long lunches. Start bringing your coffee to work versus going to Starbucks. $200 a week is not that bad. That's why the thing is, like, when we're hiring stuff or we're outsourcing marketing and stuff's kind of the balance to my yin and yang. It's like we can't afford not to. All right. She's like, you're right. Okay, hire it. All right. But this all leads to one of the things that will get you off the schneid is go ahead and plan a trip. Plan your vacation right now. Don't wait. Plan 1, 2, 3 vacations right now this week. All right. Plan them now, because if you don't plan them or don't put them on your schedule, you're not going to take them, everybody. I know this being firsthand. I know this. And yes, I travel so damn much. And yeah, I do some cool things when I'm traveling. You know, cut the Giants up. Let's just take 4 days and go watch the Giants win the pennant 2 years ago. Or we hit 22 baseball parks. So that was fun. It was a day here, day there. But it wasn't real vacation. I mean, really, the first real solid 2-week vacation I took was when we had the Mastermind in Hawaii. We took an extra 2. I was in Hawaii for almost 3 weeks. 5 days with my Mastermind in the middle, but literally I had a week in the front end and a week in the back end. It was so awesome. So much to the point like, I have to do more of that stuff now. All right. So we put it on our schedule. Literally, I'll tell you right now, last week of April and the first, basically from April 24th to May 4th, I will be off. Probably down in Mexico. Because the previous week I'll be in Southern California for the REI Expo, so I'll probably just fly to Cabo or Puerto Vallarta, do something that's literally just all-inclusive for 7 days. Spend a couple days there in Southern California, then head down. See some friends, and then chill. Road trips could be a vacation for you. Sometimes maybe they're not. Maybe you're like, I got to get back to work, get away from my family. But maybe that's one of the three. I'm going to go see family. Like I have family in Minnesota. I may go see them. Probably not. Yeah, my last week of August I've got here essentially as a call-in dead on vacation. I'll do something fun. That's August, so probably hit some baseball parks. Might do a cruise then. Might do a cruise. All right? Lily, the idea is to have fun. You want to go out and have fun. Now, if you've got an assistant, not only will your vacation help you recharge your batteries, your assistant can keep the money flowing. Have a real business, not just be self-employed. They can still keep working the deals. They can help work with your vendors. They can still help with the negotiations. If you give your assistants the keys or give them enough leash, they will often do a really good job for you. Okay? But like I'm saying, if you don't plan it, you won't likely take it. So I know right now, actually, what I may do in August is literally go abroad. I may go down to the Dominican or Costa Rica. I don't really call Puerto Rico. Someplace I have to use my passport. That's what we'll be doing. I will someplace besides Mexico that I have to use my passport. Okay? And then we have a week in November after Thanksgiving. Of course, the end of the year, too. They usually last 5-6 days. But literally, we're trying to plan stuff out ahead. If you don't plan it, it will get filled up. We get those things marked out in the calendar. No, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this. It also gives you something, if you do 1-2 times a year, that's 6 months. All right? To do something with your family. Get your spouse involved. It'll be something exciting. Where would you like to go, honey? Want to go to Florida? Want to go where it's warm? Or you want to go where it's cold? Do it. Okay? But Christmas does not count. The National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation does not count as taking vacation if you're staying at home. You have to get outside of your zip code. You have to get outside of your state. Plan a trip vacation. Trust me, it's one of the things we all need to do. I guarantee many of you work so damn hard. And if you were able to take a trip that was paid for by your business, or do something along the way, it becomes a write-off. Hint, hint, wink, wink. You would enjoy your business so much more. It would get rid of a lot of the negativity. It would help you recharge your batteries and get your spouse, especially if you have a negative spouse or somebody who's not supportive, a whole lot more supportive. All right? That's probably just on your end, Jay. The audio's still working here fine on our end. Right, everybody? Yep. Glad you enjoy it, Mike. It's back. All right. Christmas does not count. And if you're moving cross-country, that does not count as vacation either. Do something. Trust me. You'll be glad. All right? Heck, we were toying with the idea. And Mike Rusica, you had the great idea about this doing a no cruise. I think you've got one in January. January doesn't work for us. I'd rather go somewhere probably middle of the year where it's freaking hot. And I'm trying to look better. I want to look good. I don't want to look like the whale. All right. One of the best things I did a couple years ago is I jumped on a cruise ship. It was for the National REI cruise in February, and I had a great time. Haiti, where did we go? Dominican Republic. It was a lot of fun, and it was well worth it. Jamaica, totally well worth doing it. So come by a little bit of work and play. Mike, let's do that. Let's plan something, buddy. Yes, definitely. Let's talk next week and plan something. Okay? Regardless of what we're talking about, you're going to have to get outside of your comfort zone, everybody. And hey, bro, Gene, take care. Get outside of your comfort zone. And I love seeing people. I'll give you Gene before Gene goes. Gene's getting outside his comfort level. He did a tremendous job this last couple of days using Periscope to film deals as he drives by. He's learning how to use it. Video was not his comfort zone, but he's taking action now to change things for next year. We all need to do that. Get outside of your comfort zone. Okay? Pick up the phone. Make an offering. Make an appointment. Use video. Go network. All right? Your mind is literally screwing with you. You have these preconceived notions of what you can and cannot do. Fuck that. Okay? Screw what you can't do. You can do whatever you set your mind to. Go do it. Your mind is so screwing with you. But pick something and run with it. Quit trying to do a million things like we talked about before. I have a couple people that were like, oh, I'll call you next week. And I'm like, have you sent this out? Well, no, I was waiting to. Why? Just take action. You will never, trust me. When I was in college and playing football, the biggest mistake you could do as a linebacker is not to do anything. It's just to sit there because you would get steamrolled over. People will always reward effort versus no effort or no action. All right? I could run around and play. Maybe it wasn't the right thing to do, but if I got in the way, at least I showed action, showed effort versus just sitting there not doing anything. It's the same thing in life. You have to take action. Those people that are more successful are the ones that are taking more action than anybody else. They don't let their mind screw with them. They literally go do something. Okay? You might be your own worst enemy, buddy. Quit screwing yourself. Quit screwing yourself. I talked to somebody a while back. They're like, yeah, I don't do a really good job of talking myself up. What bullshit are you telling yourself?
Warning, bullshit alert.
Yeah, you're only screwing yourself up. You're only harming yourself. If you're going into an interview or taking a job or doing something, you're not going to talk about the good things you do because you want to be modest. Fuck that. Sorry, my friend. I'm getting all excited here tonight. All right? No, I've not been drinking. It's been a very busy Monday. All right? Just go do something. Get outside your comfort zone and go do it. Trust me, you will not be scared that you did it. Okay? You'll be happy you did it. But success will only come once you start doing something. Okay? Don't put off to tomorrow what can be done today. All right, everybody? I throw lawful necessities up there because I see that constantly with people. I see people. This is one thing we struggled with in the past, too. Aaron Young's like, oh, they have this great company, Lawful Necessities, to do. For those of you who don't know Laughlin, they'll handle your books as far as making sure every document's in order in case you ever get sued or you get audited. That all your documents are in order properly for you. Also, same thing like we talked about earlier with Quest. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't have an IRA. I've been meaning to get an IRA. Do something today. Get your roller done today. Get Laughlin on the phone. Get them helping you out with stuff. I'll get to that next month. You never get to it. Trust me. People never get into it. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. No, you don't. Quit with the mañana attitude and start doing it ahora. All right? That's Mexican for you. Or Spanish. No mañana, ahora. Ahora. The next couple of things we're going to talk about here is something that's probably, it's where a lot of people struggle with. A lot of people struggle with. And this is basically saving 10 cents of every dollar, saving 10% of every dollar. I mean, saving it, put it someplace like they talk about in The Richest Man in Babylon. Put 10% away somewhere where you can't touch it. Force yourself to do it. A lot of you are like, oh, I'm paycheck to paycheck. Well, 10% is going to make a difference. Trust me. If you have 10% less, that just means you're not going to buy Starbucks this week. You're going to go to one less movie. Okay? Transfer to a separate account, something you cannot tap into with the click of a button. Christina, it's probably just your internet. Okay? I wouldn't, and put that 10% away so you don't touch it except for something that's awesome. Something that's real over there. I'm not talking vacation. I'm talking something like it's a life-changing deal. Like it's like I'm getting ready to close on an amazing apartment complex and I need that extra 10% on the side. That's your extra cushion. It's also there in case something happens. You get laid off. I have a buddy, I don't say buddy, I say a friend, who's been out of work for 3 months, and we offered up, hey, do you want to come work a few hours a week with us? We'd be glad to give you some stuff you can do, pay you hourly. And he's like, yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm going to work on trying to find a job still. And I'm like, literally, if you haven't worked in 3 months and I'm willing to offer you something up, take it. Because if you don't do it, you're not going to ever do it. You're not going to find a job. All right? But take 10 cents of every dollar you have coming in on profits and put it somewhere. Make an extra deposit. You got $500 coming in. Okay, great. I'm going to put $50 in a separate account. All right. It's not much. Oh, I got a $10,000 check. I'm going to take $1,000 and put it in a separate account. Trust me, that 90% will still probably get what you need done. Because what are you going to do with that 10%? You're probably going to blow it on stupid shit. All right? If you start budgeting for 90% of profits to go into and the other 10% to go into a trading account or mutual fund account or IRA account, trust me, you will love the outcome and being able to look down one day like, shit, I got an extra 30 grand there. Crap. I got an extra 50,000 in there. I got an extra 100 grand in there. It will add up. All right. Now, the people think about that is that takes us kind of to the final thing here for you guys. Use your IRA. If you don't have a self-directed IRA, go get one and start putting that extra 10% into it. Because in 2016, there are some contribution limits for you guys. The traditional IRA is $5,000 if you're before 50. Same thing for a Roth IRA. So if you were making $55,000 in profits, you could put $5,500 in your Roth IRA. It's not because you can still use that to invest with on that. Think about that. That's really not going anywhere if you put it in there. I mean, I would only use it for good deals, but literally that's still there for you to use. A SEP IRA, you can put up to $53,000 or 25% of your compensation. So if you're making $212,000 a year in profits, you can put 25% of the weight into a SEP IRA. Simple IRA, you put $12,500. An HSA, $33.50. Okay? Think about that. That's literally, some of you could be putting away 11, 64, almost 80 grand into IRAs per year. And that's not counting if you've got kids, because you put away $2,000 per kid per year and still use that for investments to make things happen. So if you're not using your IRA, that's the biggest thing. Use that to help you put your 10% away. Have that money automatically transferred to your IRA. You'll feel so good. It feels so good. Yeah. All right. I'm just amazed that people literally won't have that set up. And I have raised my hands in the past. Oh, I don't have that set up. That's part of the reason we put the whole thing together with the, Build Your Legacy Summit. Because a lot of you guys, you're not doing the things and you're shooting yourself in the foot. So you're going to be in the rat race over and over and over and over again because you're not doing the things you should be doing on a daily basis. Any questions? That was number 16. Any questions? Any questions about what we discussed here, everybody? The 16 points. If you have a question, now's the time to post it there. You're not going to be able to implement all 16 of those immediately, okay? But I guarantee if you cut out putting down the remote and focusing on 2 to 7, that's 2 to 3 of these things. Really, it boils down to, let me be honest with you, it probably boils down to closer to 8 things or 7 things. You start looking at the list. Start looking at the list of the 16 items. You could probably pair up 2 to 3 of those at sometimes. And that's one of the reason we put those 16 together. It's literally, well, you need to do this, and this will go with this, and that'll help you feel good with this. So it's a really nice tripod success for you. Okay. I really need to go over this stuff. Jack Smith, yes. Yes, Jackie. You're welcome, Jackie. You're welcome, Deanna. Tips to build up LinkedIn. The first thing, Jay, is connecting your email to it, literally. And going through and connecting with people in the different groups. That's the biggest thing to build up LinkedIn. Phil here says here, General Drew here, Phil Drew. I found that putting these items down on paper really helped me, and then, as you say, post the goals. Yeah. So let's look at it this way. If you took these 16 items down, things you could accomplish this week, right now with this week, things you can accomplish in the next 4 days. 1, if you don't have an IRA, you can set that up. If you don't have an IRA, you can call your banker and set up a separate account where you can automatically start transferring money over to it. That can be done tomorrow. Call Quest IRA. Email me. I'll put you in touch with Quest IRA to make things happen. Another thing, you can hire a virtual assistant. You can get on Upwork and start looking for a virtual assistant. You could literally sign up for the Build Your Legacy Summit to go network with people to raise capital. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Grow your database that way. All right? Put those 16 things down or post your goals, put them somewhere. You can write and post your goals tonight, everybody. How many are going to do that? How many are not going to do it? Al asked a good question here. Okay. Scott, I'm relatively new to learning this biz, and I agree with you with what you say with focusing on one thing. For someone with no money getting started, what are some tips you could give me? I would be networking like crazy, Al, trying to grow your database. Al, I mean, that's to be the biggest thing. Learn what you can. I would go jump on, if you're brand new, go jump on Vimeo.com and check out a lot of the videos we have on there. Jump on Bigger Pockets and start reading some of the things. But keep it to a minimum. You could literally lose hours and hours of Bigger Pockets and not be any further off than where you were to begin with. Okay? Ken, go post it, buddy. I know you can. And you're doing a good job with your email marketing. Keep sending them out, but I haven't seen one from you in a couple weeks. Okay? Nick says, do you have a list of these steps we can download? I tuned in late and I'm at work. Thank you for these nuggets. Much respect. Nick, I'll tell you what. For those that are on the call tonight, I'll go ahead and I'll post a link to these. I'll put these on one more slide. I'll upload the slides to not Basecamp, but Slideshare, so you can download the whole presentation for you as well. Okay? Vimeo.com/we-close-notes. And actually, Al, while you're there, hang on here. Just go here. And if we just do Vimeo, there it is, Vimeo.com/we-close-notes.com. Or sorry, Vimeo.com/we-close-notes. Okay. Eric, the date for the Lifestyle Expo is February 6th. Saturday, February 6th from 7 to 7. Once again, everybody, the Build Your Legacy Summit is February 19th, 20th, and 21st. It's a half day. We'll get started right at noon on Friday, giving people a chance to take off a little early from work or they're driving in. We do have a room block, so definitely book your rooms if you're interested in that. But literally, it's $2.99. You're getting half off the price of this. Michelle, let me put the slide share whatever the event's. Okay, let me do that. Bam, 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 bam. Get organized. Bill, Mr. Baker, just drop me an email. We'll talk about the Fast Track event. That's an intense 3-day one-on-one with me here in Austin with just a few other, like we maxed out at 8 other investors. So it's I'll have the link. Oh, hang on a second here. Let's just go ahead and save it right now. Saved. While I'm doing it on here, I'll take action right now. Slideshare.com. Ed, I don't know. You need to see if it's available. Yeah, Michelle. Yeah, notes for Fast Track No Trains. More than the, yeah, it's much more than the virtual no buying course. It's 3 days. Little meet me, almost one-on-one with you. Okay, so we got here. Upload this. Monday note. All right, so it is published. It is on Slideshare here. Go to Slideshare here. There's the website. So slideshare.net/Scott A. Carson will take you to all of them. All right. The event details for Fast Track. Michelle, you have to email me for that. Don't give that out. It's because we have one. I mean, we have one spot for this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we have a couple slots available in February, and a couple slots available in March and April. So, you're welcome. When talking to an investor funder, how do you make them feel secure in a deal? You just share the due diligence. Hey, we've done this. We've done this. Here's the exit strategies 1, 2, and 3. Well, you want to go back and watch some of the previous Monday notes because we've got a couple different scenarios with that we've shared. Okay. Any other questions, everybody? You got to realize too that I only invest in first. I think in seconds, but we're focused on first. We're at a low investment to value. If we modify, great. If the borrower modifies, great. They'll start making a payment that makes sense. If they won't, we'll foreclose and end up with a deal. Just know your deal. The more knowledge you know about your deal, the more secure you are in going forward. Oops. JS, is it proper and adequate to look for connections on LinkedIn from the contact list of my current contacts? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Do it. You're going to be networked. Why not? LinkedIn will automatically, Jake, you just need to go in and connect your email address in there and then just approve everybody goes through, and then LinkedIn will start connecting your stuff. Like you need to go to connections on LinkedIn to do that. Okay? You're not going to, where to get help using MailChimp for building your data? You're not going to use MailChimp for building your database, Martha. MailChimp is your CRM tool. That's how you send an email out. Okay? You can Google help with building a database. Okay? Joseph, anytime, buddy, we missed you in Florida. Okay? All right, everybody. We will wrap it up for the evening then. Thank you so much for taking time. Alfonso, great to see you, buddy. Thanks, Phil. You guys keep rocking it out. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email at scott@weclosenotes.com, or hopefully we'll see you at an upcoming event before too long. Great evening. Happy New Year, everybody. Go make something happen.